Y'all doing all right? Y'all doing all right? We cooking tonight. Good evening, good evening. Where y'all from? Great to see you too. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Cellular Health cooking class. Tonight, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Tonight we making red lentil soup. Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. Red lentils. How many of you all cooked with red lentils before? How many of you all cooked with red lentils before? Somebody said I need a wall set up like that. How many cooked with red lentils before? I'm about to show y'all how easy it is. Right now it's 8:13. It's 8:13. By 8:45, we're gonna be finished. Maybe 8:50 because I'm gonna talk a lot. Some people said they loved them. Some people said they never cooked with them. Tonight we're making red lentils. So if you all don't know, if you all just joining, you all have never followed me, never been to one of my lives, I am the Morris Chef. I travel the country teaching people about cellular health and cellular foods. I used to be a CV-ICU nurse. I pivoted out of the hospital because I've been plant-based for 25 years and I understand how food is medicine, not what they give us in the hospital. So now I go through around the country teaching our communities how to heal their bodies through food. So when I cook, it's to heal your body, not to deteriorate your cells, and that's what chefs should do. So if you're on this live right now, please share this video, share my page. I'm about to show y'all how to make some red lentils in a cellular intentional way for your family's benefits. If y'all have comments, please leave them in the comments because I'm not going to be able to look at them while I'm cooking. But I'm going to try to get to them. Red lentils. They're $1.60 a pound. It takes about a half a pound to make 4 or 5 servings for your family. I'm about to show you how to make these right quick. I'm going to get started because I want to show y'all how quick and easy it is to make cell foods for your family. I hate when people say it takes too long. No, it don't. You just don't know how to do it. So I'm going to show you how to cook 30 minutes or less. Why red? I try to cook with red, orange, green. I try to cook with colors because colors have more antioxidants. Colors have more life. Colors are vibrant. If it's brown, if it's white, a lot of times it's it's bleached. So we don't want it to be bleached or leached of its nutrients. We want it to be nutrient rich and antioxidant rich. So we always want to cook with colors if possible. That's why I'm using a red onion. I'm using some carrots, organic carrots. I'm using some organic tomatoes. This is for my stock. We're making some red lentils, but before we get to the lentils, I want a stock, but I'm not going to buy a stock when I got vegetables. So I'm about to show y'all how easy it is to make a stock. We're not buying too much of anything because a lot of us are strapped for cash right now. The holiday season is coming. We already eating unhealthy. We traveling. We spending a lot of time with our family and friends, and we don't got money to be eating all this extra stuff. So right now I'm gonna show you how to make it homemade. So we're just gonna take some celery. I washed it, some cleaned it, some organic celery. I'm gonna save a piece of it. So I'm gonna take this celery, boom, break it, put it off in my water. I'm gonna do it like that. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing all right? I'm about to take half this onion. I'm gonna leave the skin and everything on there. I'm gonna take half this onion, chop it up, put it in my pot as well, right? I'm gonna take half one of my carrots. I'm gonna use the other carrot for my lentils. I'm taking my carrot, putting it off in the water. I got my garlic. I'm gonna take some of my garlic, smash it down, and throw it off in the water. So right now, this is just some water for my broth. I'm making lentils. I want some broth, but I'm not about to pay $3.29 for a can of broth when I could just throw some vegetables off in some water and make my own broth. I'm actually gonna put a couple of these tomatoes in here too. But I'm gonna slice them first, just so the nutrients can release easier and the juice can release easier into the water for the broth. I got a little rosemary and a little thyme. This is the broth for the lentils, right? I added about 4 cups of water. I added about 4 cups of water. I'm going to turn that on to a simmer, and I'm going to add some salt and some pepper. We just made homemade broth. We just made homemade broth for our lentils. So while that's cooking, I'm going to show you how to get started on the lentils, right? And mind you, I hope somebody got the clock going because we're going to finish this in about 30 minutes. If you just joined in, I'm showing you how to make 30-minute cellular intentional meal. We're using lentils. I'm about to show you how to make some lentil soup right quick. And I know y'all may not be able to see my stove, right? But I had to do the camera this way so I get the prep and the stove. But I'll bring this pot to you so you can see it, all right? I got you. So right now, I just got my pan heating up. And me, I like to use avocado oil. I love avocado oil because avocado is a healthy fat. It can cook to a high temperature. As you can see, this avocado oil can be heated up to 500 degrees. Some people say, oh, I didn't think avocado oil could be heated. It can. And I'd rather use avocado oil than a cheap vegetable oil. Some people say it's expensive. I don't use a lot of it. But I'd rather pay the money to get something good and nutrient dense for my body than buy something cheap. A lot of people buy cheap vegetable oil, but they buy expensive alcohol. Don't make sense. All right. So we got about a tablespoon of avocado oil. And all I'm going to do is add a cup of lentils. I'm going to add 1 cup of red lentils. And the reason I add the lentils to the oil first is because I want to start to smoke my lentils. I want the lentils to get an extra depth of flavor. So as they start to smoke, it adds a little, no disrespect to anybody, because you can't make plants taste like meat, but the smokiness of the lentils gives it a meaty resemblance to meat. So I like to smoke my lentils first, and it gives it a smoky flavor. And then I'll start adding some of the seasonings and the herbs. So while that's starting to heat up, I'm just going to cut up my vegetables, right? And if you don't, you already have your vegetables cut up. A lot of times I teach people how to prep their vegetables one day during the week. So that way throughout the week, you don't have to worry about cutting up vegetables and you could cook in half the time. So if I'm about to make this in 30 minutes and I got to cut up the vegetables, imagine how much time you could save if your vegetables were already cut up. So tonight we're making red lentils, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. I'm talking to you all, and I'm making the red lentils. So right now I'm slicing up my onions. Nothing has to be perfect either. There's no perfect way to cooking. As long as you're cooking with love and intention. Right now, as I cut these onions up and I look at how perfect I cut them up, this is for my cells. I'm looking at this bright purple, this bright red color. I know it's rich in antioxidants. When you're cooking with food, you should be putting love and intention into your food as you're cooking with it. So right now, we just got our red lentils, and they're just heating in some avocado oil. It's like some popcorn. Just let it sit, and you'll start to hear it start to sizzle. I'm also going to add about a half a cup of red onions. So I'm adding my red onions to this, and that's it. It's going to start to simmer. The onions are going to start to turn translucent, and they're going to start to release their benefits and their juices into the lentils. Everything is about cellular benefits. If you in the chat and you vibing out with me and you're going to be in cooking class tonight, help me out and put some of the stuff in the chat for me. Put down the benefits of red lentils in the chat. If you in here right now, put down the benefits of red lentils if you at home and got a second. So look, I'm going to say them for the people who don't understand how beneficial red lentils are, especially right now. We're going through a season where a lot of people don't have money. We're going through a season where a lot of people are eating holiday foods. We're going through a season where a lot of people who have diabetes, their blood sugar is spiking. Lentils is a good food to help regulate your blood sugar. So that's one reason I try to sneak them in once or twice a week to my diabetic patients, because it helps regulate blood sugar. It also is rich in proteins and plant nutrients. It's also good for your bone health. It also helps your metabolism and your blood sugar, so it also helps promote weight loss. If you're trying to lose weight, lentils is a food to actually put into your diet as well. It reduces the risk for cancer, aids in digestion, and promotes a healthy heart. Lentils do all of these things. Why wouldn't you add it to your diet? So when you add lentils to your diet with intentional herbs and spices, now you got a powerful meal that's adding to your health and not taking away. Our lentils are starting to, y'all can hear them, right? Y'all can hear that? So our lentils and our onions are starting to marry together. I'm just about to add a sprig of thyme and a little bit of rosemary to that, right? And I'm just gonna let it do its thing. That's my lentils. Y'all remember we got our stock back there. I'm gonna turn it up to make sure our stock is boiling. Can y'all see my plate? I got like 3 or 4 little tomatoes. This meal is inexpensive. I'm using some stuff that was just left over in my refrigerator. If you don't have rosemary and thyme and you got basil and cilantro, use that. It's not about following a specific recipe. It's about being intentional for your family. So if your family has something going on with their heart, use heart herbs. If your family has something going on with their immune system, use spices and herbs that benefit the immune system. Don't try to follow another family's recipe if they don't have what's going on in your family. Food should be healing. And a lot of people use food just to feed their faces and not heal their families. I'll say that again. A lot of people use food to feed their faces and not heal their families. Food should have cellular benefits, and that's why we should be eating. A lot of people eat just because they want to feed their face, and they don't realize they're fucking up their cells in the process. So with my family and my loved ones, when you come around my house, I'm feeding you food that's going to make you feel better. It's going to have you energized. It's going to have you loving yourself. It's going to have you loving me because I love you. And it's going to have you vibrating higher because that's what food is supposed to do. So right now I'm just chopping up these tomatoes. And I'm going to add this in there. Y'all see there was just 3 or 4 little tomatoes. I'm about to add this to my lentils. I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh lemon juice because citrus always brings out another depth of flavor. All right, so now look, our lentils are starting to do their thing, right? This is when I add the herbs and spices. Now that the lentils have started to pop open, they're gonna absorb the herbs and spices like it's your vitamins. This is the opportunity to use herbs and spices like their vitamins. Tonight, if you just joined and we're making red lentils, it's in the description. So, I got the red lentils going with some rosemary, some thyme, just a piece. I added some onions. I added some tomatoes. I'm about to chop up a little bit of garlic. This meal was like a $5 meal. This meal was like a $5 meal. I'm adding a little bit of garlic to my lentils. I will show the board again before we get off live to show you all the ingredients that's in the lentils. As a matter of fact, I don't know whether y'all can see it, but I'll turn it right now. Those are the ingredients that's in the lentils, if y'all can see it. I don't know whether y'all can see it. Those are the lentil ingredients. I'll put it in the comments as well. Right now I'm just chopping up 2 little cloves of garlic, and I'm adding this to my lentils. And the spices we're using tonight are for immunity and inflammation. The spices we're using tonight are for immunity and inflammation. When you're cooking for your family throughout the week, you should be using spices depending on what your family has going on. Don't just cook because you want chipotle seasoning or lemon pepper seasoning. That's bullshit. Cook to feed your family cells. So this week or this meal is for a diabetic who's dealing with inflammation. All right, so my lentils are starting to pop. I'm gonna cut them down a little bit. My broth is over there starting to boil. I'm gonna clean my little area up right here. I'm gonna look at some of these comments right quick. If y'all just joining, vibe out and please answer the questions because I can't see. We can see it, but it's backwards. All right, I'll put it up there. No, I did not soak the lentils first. Lentils are a quick bean. They don't need to be soaked. They pop open. I'm heating them in some avocado oil. I heat them in some avocado oil with my herbs and spices. So look, tonight we're using turmeric. We're using turmeric. If you just joining, we're making some lentils. If you know turmeric, it's good for inflammation. It's good for your heart. It helps purify your blood. It helps prevent headaches. It helps improve your circulation. Why wouldn't you use this in your family's cooking if they have something going on with their heart or their blood? We have to start being intentional with spices and herbs when we're in the kitchen. So tonight I'm using turmeric. Boom. And I'm using a half a teaspoon. I use a teaspoon of turmeric. Most of these spices I'm going to use a teaspoon of. So right now I'm about to use some paprika. Paprika helps regulate the blood pressure. It's high in antioxidants. Again, we're cooking with colors, rich in colors, high in antioxidants. Help with our blood, helps with our immunity, helps lowers the risk of cancer, helps improves the circulation. I'm using a teaspoon of paprika. This is when I know I'm starting to heal my family, when I'm giving them intentional herbs and spices. All right, so look. We got our broth over here going. If you just joined in, we made some homemade broth or stock. We added some onions, some pepper, some tomatoes, some celery, some carrots, some thyme, garlic. And this is what I'm using for my lentils. I added the first cup of broth to my lentils, and you're gonna see they start to pop open. You're gonna see they start to pop open. Right? You may not be able to see that, but I'm gonna show you in a minute. Boom. I'm gonna let that simmer. That liquid is gonna dissipate. The liquid is gonna dissipate and the lentils are gonna get a little bolder. As they get bolder, they're going to get a deeper depth of flavor. We're going to add a couple crushed red peppers. A little crushed red peppers, a little salt, and a little pepper. And what's crazy is I'm going to add another cup of liquid in about 2 minutes, and the lentils are done. That probably took about 20 minutes. Some salt. And look, you see the lentils absorbed all that liquid, right? Y'all see they absorbed all that liquid. You see how rich those lentils look? They're not red no more. They're a deep brown. It smells amazing. I'm going to add another cup of liquid to this. And the lentils are going to keep absorbing liquid. Some people like their soup thick. Some people like their soup pureed and fine. Either way, I'm just about to let this go another 2 or 3 minutes. I'm about to clean this up, and then I'm going to show you how we finish it. Literally, the lentils take 20 minutes. That's why they're so easy. I didn't add my cumin. So the cumin is the last spice I'm going to add. Cumin helps prevent anemia, helps improve immunity, helps prevent diabetes, along with the lentils. The lentils help regulate blood sugar. Cumin helps regulate blood sugar too. So if you know somebody who's a diabetic, use cumin in a lot of your foods. Cumin is also a warm spice that I like to use over the winter time because it makes you feel like you're at home no matter where you use it. You could be outside in the middle of the desert and you cooking with some cumin and it'll make you think you're at home with your family. Even though the desert ain't cold. That was a bad analogy, but y'all know what I meant. I'm about to clean up my mess. Boom. You don't have to, but if you want to add an additional fat, you could finish it with coconut milk. I do have some coconut milk, so I'm going to show you how to finish it with coconut milk, not to add the coconut milk because some people don't like coconut milk. So I'm going to show you how to do it 2 different ways. But some people try to find additional ways to add beneficial nutrients all throughout the process or the meal. So if you want to add additional things, coconut milk is another way to add beneficial fats. If y'all knew how this smelled, the paprika, the turmeric, the cumin, the lemon, the citrus, the rosemary, the thyme, it smells amazing. And it's going to benefit my cells in a way that's going to have me walking around thinking I'm godly, which I am, because I feed myself like I'm godly. I don't poison my mental. I don't poison my body. When we do that for our families, we will start to vibrate higher. We got to feed our families real food. All right, so look. When I eat soup, I don't use crackers. When I'm eating a soup like this, I don't like using crackers and I don't like using cornbread. I like pita bread. So I got me some pita bread. I'm about to slice up the lentils. You can now see it's getting to the point where they're not absorbing all the liquid. The liquid is starting to sit there. That's when you know they're almost finished because they're not absorbing the liquid as fast. I'm going to add a little bit more liquid to this. So right now we use 4 cups of liquid to one cup of lentils. 4 cups of liquid to 1 cup of lentils. Get out of there, darling. And to those who like their soup pureed, I'm about to show you how to do it. I'm going to make 2 different bowls of soup. Either way, we're going to be blessed. But I'm making 2 different bowls of soup because I want to show you somebody in your family may not like it chunky. Somebody may like it pureed. So I'm going to show you how to make it 2 different ways. I got my pita bread. I'm just going to slice it up so I can have me some pita chips. I'm going to drizzle these with a little bit of I'm going to take my little pita chips. I'm going to drizzle it with a little avocado oil. Rub it with a little fresh garlic. And I'm going to put them in the oven. I hope y'all see. It ain't hard. Literally, it's not hard. I'm gonna put my fresh garlic in here. I'm about to chop up a couple pieces of garlic and put it in here. I'm gonna answer any questions y'all have once I finish, if you're still in here. If not, hopefully whoever was in the chat helped y'all out. But we made some red lentils tonight. I started around 8:15, 8:20-ish, and we about to be finished in about 2 minutes. I'm just chopping up some garlic to put on top of my pita bread. I just put some avocado oil on my pita bread. I like fresh garlic on my pita bread. Rub it all together real quick. I'm gonna throw that in the oven. All right. So the lentils are not absorbing the liquid anymore. I'm taking out the sprig of rosemary that we had in it. I'm taking out the piece of thyme we had in it. The lentils are nice and red. I'm gonna do this a different way. I'm about to show y'all. I'm gonna bring the camera to me. But I wanted to show y'all. The ones who don't like their soup thick, this is the time. Where you could put it in a blender if you want to. I'm gonna finish it with some more lemon juice. And I'm gonna taste it right before I put it in the blender because that's what real chefs do. Quick lentil soup, made for your family cells, made especially with somebody with diabetes. I need a little more salt and a little more pepper. It was just a little bit. And because I like the turmeric, I'm gonna add a little more turmeric too. And because of those red peppers, it's spicy as hell. A little more pepper. Do y'all got any questions? Do y'all have any questions? If y'all just joining, we making some lentil soup. I'm about to finish it up and show y'all how to plate it. Let's see here. If y'all been with me the whole time, I appreciate y'all. You don't have to blend it. I'm about to blend it because everybody don't like chunky, hearty soup. Some people like their soup pureed. Some people like tomato-based soups and they like it pureed. Some people like real fine soups. So if you want to blend it, cool. If you want to add some noodles to it, cool. If you want to add some wild rice just to finish it up and add some more liquid to it, cool. Just make sure your base is something that's going to benefit your family's cells. Every meal should have a cellular intentional thing. Instead of taking vitamins every day, cook with spices and herbs. That's what I do for my clients and my family on a daily basis. Speaking of clients, I'm starting my meal prep back. I'm starting my meal prep back. If you're in Atlanta and you want cellular health meals, hit me up. I have a link in my bio where you can sign up to be. I'm only taking like 15 people because I literally cook for people's cells. So I'm not trying to do 100 meal preps. I'm not doing that. But I want to take some people on a cellular health journey and help them heal their bodies and their families through food. So if you in Atlanta or know somebody in Atlanta who could benefit from cellular health meals, sign up. I purposely was talking so the lentils can bust open some more because they needed to cook a little more. And as you see, it absorbed the liquid, right? So I'm going to add a little more liquid before I blend it. I purposely was talking because when I tasted them, they weren't the texture that I wanted. I wanted to be a little more al dente. They were a little chewy, so I just added some more liquid and let it sit for a second. And I'll vibe out with my family, you all, while I let that finish up. But it's done now. So right now, if you look at the color on these lentils, I'm gonna let that go. Y'all see the color on the lentils? And it ain't much in there because I'm only cooking for myself. It's just me. What in the world? Here we go. All right, so look. Y'all gonna be able to see this color. And when I get the pita bread, and granted, I shouldn't have used this big ass bowl. But when I get the pita bread, I'm about to show you how I finish this, right? We get a little bit of our fresh coconut milk. And we drizzle our coconut milk on top, like that, right? Because I like coconut milk, I'm gonna add a little more. Boom. I'm gonna add my sprig of herbs right there. I got some fresh herbs grown on the counter. So I'm gonna take some of my fresh herbs and just chop it up on top. Easy ass lentil soup. And if you want to be a little more extra, put a little sprig of lemon or something on it. Boom. Y'all see that? Y'all see that easy lentil soup? I gotta take a picture of this. Boom. But I hope y'all see this, and it smells amazing. This is some easy lentil soup. And look, for the people who didn't want it pureed, right? I'm gonna add a little more broth to it. For the people who don't like their soup pureed and like it chunky, it's too easy. Here's another hearty bowl of lentil soup, right? This one I'm not gonna put the coconut milk on, but you see how rich it is. That sauce is amazing. It's gonna be lovely when I put my my pita bread in there to sop this up. We know it's full of minerals and vitamins. This is what's gonna heal our families. I don't know what some of y'all be doing when y'all putting all that sugar and flour and all them other spices. Stop using other people's spices when you got something going on in your family. Use herbs and spices to help your family. I'm about to eat some of this just so y'all know it's good. It's hot as hell. I'm not gonna play myself and burn my mouth. So I'm trying to wait a second. But when I say it smells amazing, it smells amazing. This is like an Indian dish. It's actually an Indian dish called Masoor dal. Red lentils is called Masoor dal, Masoordal in Indian cuisine. Y'all just want to drink this juice. It's so rich. It's so sweet. Don't ask me where the sweetness came from. But it's so rich, it's so sweet, it's spicy. I can't wait to finish this. I'm about to go ahead and finish my meal. I'm gonna come around and see if y'all got any questions. I'm gonna turn the camera so y'all can actually see the two. And it was too easy. I'm waiting for my bread to finish, and we good to go. I'm gonna see, do I eat meat? No, I don't eat no meat. You must be new following me. I do not eat meat. I do not eat meat. I do not eat meat. That was 35 minutes. 35 minutes, I just showed you how to make some lentil soup. It was the easiest lentil soup I could show you how to make. Some of the spices we use, cumin, paprika, turmeric, able to prevent headaches, improve blood circulation, boost their heart health, regulate blood pressure, help boost antioxidants, lower the risk of cancer, improve circulation, prevent anemia, treat bronchitis and asthma, help prevent cancer. These are some of the things that we did when we cook with the spices we cook with today. That's why it's important you cook with herbs and spices and stop going to get fast food. I just showed you how to make a meal in 30 minutes. The pita bread, I'm not going to forget about it. Once it starts smelling, I'm going to take it out. It got garlic in it, so I'm going to smell it. But I thank you. I got a Ninja blender. Can I get a list? Oh, boom. Somebody said, can I get a list of cell foods? If you need a list, please get my ebook. My Cellular Health 101 ebook is the foundation I teach to helping our families. Here it is, the red lentil soup. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Red lentil soup. Take a screenshot.